What's good, people? It's Coffee back with another one, guys. I got a quick hip hop news update, and Jim Jones is going off a little something. He doesn't seem to be too happy, and what the deal is we know the current crisis in this country has hurt everyone across the board. You know what I mean? The economy's type twisted. A lot of people lost their jobs. And we know with rappers, they couldn't go on the road, appearances, touring, and move around the way that they need to. You know what I mean? It's like it's a mess out here. You know what I'm saying? But Jim Jones, I'm sure a lot of you guys saw, has a quarantine studios going on. A real quick side conversation. I mean, it makes sense he named that, but ain't that kind of crazy? You guys remember Max B had those quarantine mixtapes. But anyways, Jimmy has got the quarantine studios going for artists to be able to record music, don't have to be in the same place, which has kind of been going down already, but Jimmy kind of brought it to another level, I guess we could say, right? But he's taken issue with OVO 40. You know what I mean? Drake's man, right? You guys remember Pusha T? That was a cold beef. Another side conversation. You guys remember when King Push and Drake were going at it? OVO 40 has a disease, a condition. And you remember Push hit him with them bars. That man is sick. That was wild, right? But that's how these beefs get, though. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, OVO 40 has been finding ways to better work with Drake and his artists. As we know, this dude stays in the lab. I'm going to play a clip for you guys, and you could really hear him when he's speaking like he's a music nerd. You know what I mean? And I don't mean that as a disrespect or anything. Like, it's a brief clip, but you could just hear the language and the lingo that this guy's using. He really loves the music. He loves the art of making music. He loves trying to find better ways to tweak things and make the recording process better, etc. But he was on this interview. I'm playing a brief clip for you guys, for educational news purposes. You guys can find this whole interview at Our Generation Music on the gram, at Our Generation Music. But let me roll this for you guys. You'll hear what he's talking about, how he's been doing music with Drake and his artists through this whole crisis that we're going through.
Latency you can get down so low that I can play MIDI instruments by sending the MIDI over RTP over the network and get the audio back through my MacBook speakers while I'm standing in the middle of an intersection and playing something out of my studio. Like, I can play parts. That's how low I can get the latency.
Incredible, man.
So what I'm doing with Drake is we'll go on to Zoom or something where we can communicate, FaceTime, it really doesn't matter, where we have our communication. But I like Zoom because then I screen share him my Pro Tools screen to his laptop. So he opens up his laptop, he sees my Pro Tools screen, and he sees me in the corner on Zoom, right, because I'm sharing the screen. And then he's listening to the playback in real time of what I'm playing, and he's got his headphones plugged into his MacBook, so he's got digital audio coming off his Mac converter. It sounds incredible. Like, it's almost zero latency loss, zero.
All right, so you heard what he was talking about, kind of being able to master doing music with artists, essentially being in a digital studio from two different places, and cutting down on any interference coming in from the outside or anything like that. Like, you heard him, he said he could be in the middle of an intersection with trucks driving by or whatever he said, you know what I mean? But Jim Jones, kind of took issue with this. Listen to what Jimmy had to say. He said, "Things like that have been going on from my whole career. I'm probably smarter than 99% of the artists and the executives that we've come in contact with in the past 20 years. And I know that wholeheartedly." He said, "People like to hide the genius," talking about himself. They like to steal ideas and take it to the top. I'm not saying that anybody's stolen anything that I've created, because it's not something that I created wholeheartedly. You know what I mean? So he's giving other people their credit, but I'm saying he was there working on mastering a lot of things, you know. And then he says, it's something that I figured out how to manipulate other things that people created and put it together. But that's just the thing. Everybody's always taking tech when the one thing that being so techie is missing is common sense. My common sense led me to be able to put this together in such a way. And he's talking about what he's got going with Quarantine Studios. You know what I mean? How it's like the same process of what OVO 40's talking about, how he's been doing it. You know what I mean? And listen to what he says here. He says, now I do know this, the way that 40 is doing it is no comparison in a way to what I'm doing it. I bet you that nobody right now could get on there and 40 can show somebody else how to do it and it won't work the way that 40 is doing it. I bet he doesn't have the crowd capacity that could be involved with what's going on as I do. And I mean that. So kind of sounds like Jimmy saying his process, 40's process is similar to his, but he's been doing this. He's mastered it. He can show other people how to do it. And that's why they can benefit from rocking with, you know, what he's going on, what he has going on with Quarantine Studios. And, you know, they've linked a deal with Tidal and everything. Like he says, anybody can challenge me. 40 figured out a way to do it, probably watching different things that other people have done, such as myself. But I promise you, that's not what we doing. We run circles around what they doing. You dig? And I'm not even the techie person. So, you know, Jimmy speaking out, saying his process, what they got going on is far superior to 40's. But, you know, 40 is getting interviews on this platform and getting looked at as the genius, but don't believe the hype. What do you guys think about that? I mean, I'm always using football references, but just like in the NFL, right? We'll see one team come in with a kind of offense or a defense or something, and then someone will take the base idea, you know what I'm saying, of that defense or offense and tweak it and add things on and such like that. You know what I mean? So that's just kind of how it goes, or with technology or with everything. You know, someone comes in and creates something, you know what I mean? And then other people find ways to advance that technology. I mean, it is what it is. But Jim definitely wanted to speak out here and let it be known, you know, he says he has the number one, his platform is the best out there and anyone could use it. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like I said, you could check out the whole 40 interview. That was just a small clip at Our Generation Music on the gram. But so you might not have heard it all in the clip that I used, but they were giving him very, very high praise. So I think that just didn't sit well with Jim Jones. You know what I mean? We know how Jimmy can get, you know, but what do you think? Do you think he had a reason to come out here and speak up? What are your thoughts on it all? Make sure to hit them comments. New viewers, sub to the channel. Rock with me. You know what I mean? This is Jay Coffee Talk. We drop daily videos on music news, sports, current events, and much more. I'm interested to see what y'all got to say in them comments. And I'm out of here, guys. Peace.